London Conspiracy going to be playing bottom side this time. Dignitas going to be taking second pick as a result.
With the one win under their belt, LC's choice, they go first, and then Hell.
Hell going to be taken away. Dignitas option here.
Well, did you watch the first set today?
I did.
So, like, weirdly enough, I think one of the first games, if not the first game, we see Hell unbanned in Europe in the last couple weeks. She doesn't get picked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that the character's all that strong.
I don't.
I think she's good. I don't think she's great.
Well, the jury's out for me. Like, I don't really have a strong opinion either way. I think she's okay.
Yeah, she's good.
I do live with Kelly after all, so no, Hell's actually amazing. But I definitely haven't seen it reinforced at the professional level yet.
No, usually you build Choose the Magi.
On Hell.
Yeah.
Reinforced. Gotcha.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey.
Wukong, banned away. No surprise there. I mean, this has to be a Kepri ban, right? Like,
one would suspect yes, but then they're giving Aphrodite the London Conspiracy, which Arrow was fine.
Let's see what happens here.
I mean, it wasn't amazing.
I like the Wukong being banned away. He was a big part of the win last game. You know, Variety, not seen as the strongest member of Dignitas, but last game, man, he put the hurt on Zashu and shut that carry potential down.
Watch London Conspiracy first pick Kukulkan. And then Europe is just back to where we used to be. Where nothing makes sense and the picks don't matter.
Nope. It's
no,
the opposite.
It's the favorite god of seemingly every mid laner that's in the 3rd to 6th place position on the ladder.
Until Worlds. And then we don't play him. Yeah, Janus gets picked up. It's still, in my opinion, the strongest mage in the game. Great control, a ton of damage. I mean, there's no way to stop him. Team Dignitas, FrostiaK going to run Thor back. Love this pickup. I mean, he had quite the game last game.
Yeah, he did. And a lot of that was like his willingness to aggress from the mid lane to the right side lane, and they found a couple of nice ganks at the purple buff.
Purple bot.
I did that the game too. I was like, oh, he's going to die in the pot. That's where you plant the buff.
I don't even know what that,
I don't know.
that means. Freya and Thor, so far, Team Dignitas running it back. They can't run back the full roster. Wukong banned. But it's possible we could see a Kukulkan again. But Kukulkan, no, not a great matchup against Janus.
No, not really. Not the same as the Aphrodite.
Fenrir, standard pick here. Good damage, good control, plays every role in the game.
Does well with Janus. Nice little shotgun into the Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
It's enough to kill pretty much anything.
Oh, yeah. And there's Geb.
Hey, okay.
You can't ever hate the Geb picks.
Oh, you really need to pick the Geb when you're going to try to pick the Fenrir, unless they already have their support. You just don't want to have your ultimate negated by a basic.
Which is the worst. Yeah. I got him, and he's Geb shielded. And it's like, all right, well, all right, good stuff.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's tough. Stone Shield, a very good ability.
Hey,
wow. We'll see the run back.
2 times in a row. Team Dignitas liking the way that it played the first time.
What did I do right today?
You know, for me, the big change that London's got to make is they got to kill this Kukulkan. Run him down. I mean, Kronos was getting run down, and he has so many ways to stop it. He has a stun. He has the rewind. He has movement speed increase. And then you look at Kukulkan, he has 1 second of slow immunity, and then you hope you hit your ult or you die. Right? Like, run him down.
Pretty much.
Bans. Neath.
So what it's worth, I mean, Kukulkan is... that ultimate does spawn behind him.
It does.
It's not the easiest god in the world to run down from behind, I guess.
And Athena going to be taken away. So Dignitas, their final 2 picks are going to have to be switched up.
Kumbhakarna.
Kumba solo? Shout out to Pekis?
No, Kumbha support.
Kumba solo? It's too late. You can't go back now.
Kumbha support.
Against that team?
Or just Sylvanus. Oh, okay.
How'd you do that?
Fine.
You should have just made them pick the Kumbhakarna.
I allow it this time. You can have the Sylvanus.
London Conspiracy. We're probably going to see a Freya here. It's possible to run back to Xbalanque. They're also...
have Freya on Team Dignitas.
Oh, you are absolutely right. So Xbalanque, I would like to see Rama here. Ram being picked up would be really strong.
He's got the better ultimate, certainly, to deal with Freya's ultimate. If he can make it up to the sky in time.
And then they're going to need one more, like, semi-frontliner, Bellona, Guan Yu, and, yeah, it's going to be Bellona. Okay.
It'll be Bellona, yeah. Solo lane, Bellona. So the counter pick will go to the way of Team Dignitas, although not really great natural predators for Bellona.
And there's Ram.
There's the Ram. Okay, Brandon. Looks like you got the touch now.
Yeah, final pick going to be your solo laner. It could be Guan here. Guan with a decent matchup against Bellona. Not good, not great. Neither of them can really stop the other's damage.
Not going to be Guan.
But Guan has a great matchup against Janus.
It will be Guan Yu.
Wow, Bart, you are amazing. How did you do that again?
You know, I thought about it critically, and I realized you're right. AoE healing and the ability to run down the Janus is what they actually needed.
Yes. Remember, Conviction, is massively buffed due to the fact that the passive is now a little bit easier to stack.
So it's Sylvanus solo lane, Guan Yu and Thor, Freya jungle and Kukulkan, right?
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Right. Kukulkan jungle, Freya mid.
Can Kukulkan still jungle?
No.
Why not?
Actually, I don't know.
Probably. Bumba's
He has-
10 true damage per tick.
He has decent wave clear, I guess. Like, right?
Plus,
I mean, like if
I
you're
guess if
building
you like
him out
dual
of
lane,
the,
it's like level 4.
if you're building him out of the jungle, that means you could build Hog,
Oh, and you can blink Hog.
and then you could blink Fist.
That's
and
right.
Training Wheels, people.
You can go for the Brad Weir.
Training Wheels is serious. The Training Wheels actually started with Tier when people were very bad at Smite and couldn't turn around after the blink with Fearless.
Oh, right.
So you would blink and then fist them and then turn around.
Yeah,
and then
I remember
Fearless.
that.
It's a good time.
That's still how I play Tier.
And then Diminishing Returns got put into the game, and they're like, all right, well.
Yeah, that's not that great anymore. Hey, let's introduce the teams while we're at it here.
You do it.
Okay, fine. London Conspiracy, they're the blue team, bottom side of the minimap, left side of the spectator UI. They're wearing the blue trunks, and it's Zashu, SoggySandal, Aero, EmilZy, and Shaggyshenk. Their opponents, Team Dignitas, black and yellow, red trunks, top of the minimap, right of the spectator UI. Variety, FrostiaK, ShadowNightmare, once again on that Kukulkan, FrezzOO, and iRens will make up the duo.
Are you being paid to say black and yellow repeatedly?
Black and yellow.
Is there like
Yeah,
a
Wiz
sponsorship
Khalifa
deal?
Sponsors me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wiz Bart. Hi, Wiz Bart.
Okay, all right, down with it. I wasn't with you before. Hi, Wizbart, pretty clever. 8 of 10.
All right.
Would keck again.
That's a 4 out of 5.
It is, yeah.
That's a much better score.
It's reductionist.
ShadowNightmare controlling the first wave. Tornadoes, obviously, they're not. Are they? They're not called tornadoes anymore, right?
There are always tornadoes. Though.
Well, can we actually see what the move name is? Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. It's kind of like tornadoes.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
I feel like they do that just to mess with us.
Yeah. Was it ever called tornadoes?
Yeah, it was called tornadoes.
Just tornadoes.
Originally, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is there anything called like whirlwind?
Also, the first time that I played Smite, I thought that was his ultimate. I was very surprised when I got hit by the dragon for 500.
You thought he was ulting the lane over and over again?
I mean, like, I didn't see it before. I just saw it in the jungle from, like, the entire map away when you could see everything. And I'm like, what is that? I think I know what his ult is. And then I died. It's good talk.
That's how it normally goes for you.
Yeah.
A lot of dying.
It's a shame.
I've seen your stream.
Zashu and Variety. So far, Zashu getting the better of him. Both of them going into early starts here with starter items, neither of which rushing the Mystical Mail. Variety, you'll note, does not have level 2 of Tallow Assault. Instead, has taken the 50, possibly 100 healing from Conviction.
Oof.
I don't know why he did that. He realistically just lost mana and health for no gold gain. That was entirely wasted.
Just clear the wave a little faster. Ever so slightly, but you're right. Didn't get any talent. Zashu, willing to fight both Variety and the full wave
I
here.
wouldn't trade that. Variety's not in a spot where he wants to trade, especially considering that Death Toll is healing him up pretty quickly, considering those AoE cleaves are still proccing every single hit as an application of Death Toll. 6 health per creep hit.
Yeah, Variety slowly but surely losing the soul in here.
He should be hitting level 5 here. Now, if Zashu at any point commits with Eagle's Rally, Variety should be able to counter by activating the Cavalry Charge.
Yeah, Thor plus Cavalry Charges needs killing Bellona if Eagle's Rally is down. But Zashu really just shouldn't have committed. He'll know better.
Zashu took a lot of damage there, though.
He took a ton. Yeah, I think that last level of Tallow Assault surprised him a little bit.
He's going for it. Eagle's
Rally
Rally
going to
gonna...
force out. Oh, he went early. Not enough
No,
burst.
Not even close. Not sure why he did that.
Needed one more hit. He wanted to surprise Zashu.
I think actually he might have needed 2.
You think?
I mean, it depends on the potion. At that point, I'm pretty sure another hit from the ultimate would have done somewhere between...
Thor's up. FrostiaK looking
75?
to play in the mid lane. They see arrows fairly low. ShadowNightmare. He's got to start the ultimate out.
Jeez, all right.
Janus portal was used. Thor goes in farms.
That's smart. I mean, he wasn't going to dive the tower. At this point, ShadowNightmare was way too far back to be able to get damage done. I would have liked him to throw the ult there, though. Just try to read it and go for it. He was committed pretty hard to that. At the same point, if he missed it up, he was probably going to die. SoggySandal should be ulting ShadowNightmare here.
Yeah, why is he not?
I have no idea. He has
no
runes.
beads. Like, just jump and ult. Maybe they're just worried about the Thor ultimate because they didn't see it fired off on the left side.
ShadowNightmare might miss 3 creeps
No,
here.
they did. They had a ward to the Gold Fury. They knew he ulted.
Huh. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps Soggy is still shaken from last game.
It's just PTSD.
It's possible. I mean, it happens a lot. People change playstyles a lot when they lose the first game. They play overly defensive. A lot of people do that.
You also see the inverse being true, right? Where the winning team will just like pick the same god, especially in the soul lane, and be like, oh, I can just dive this tower. And they're like, oh, wait, no, I'm level 5 and I have no items.
Right, and now I'm dead, and I gave up first blood, and the game's over.
Damn. I don't know about over. Depends on who you are, I guess.
If you're Odin jumping into the creep wave at level 1.
Yeah, if you're Odin jumping into the creep wave at level 1 and you just get, you know,
pulled
snatched back and pushed into the tower and die with your red pot.
Yeah.
Sometimes the game's over.
Rip Cyclone.
Yeah.
It's like we finally have something negative to talk about. We're going to talk about forever.
That's all of it you can, yeah.
It's like this
Remember that time that Cyclone messed up?
One time he threw the game at level 2.
Well, that's now why Adapting's the best player in the world.
Rip.
Haven't seen that play yet on Adapting.
Adapting's undefeated.
That's right, undefeated.
And today
no
was the
dying
game.
at level 1 to the tower.
Today was the game that was supposed to be like, is Adapting human? And he's not. He almost got a penta.
He's a Tribes player.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a pro Tribes player. Kennet.
Were there pro Tribes players?
Adapting was one. You can ask him all about it.
No, thanks.
Well then.
Top side, FrezzOO over in the solo lane. I feel like he is lost a little bit.
Yeah?
It's not the side of the map for him. No, he's just trying to split some golden experience. It was actually smart. Variety committing super hard. Eagles rally. There's the counter. That's what I was looking for. Why aren't you killing him?
Variety, please!
Oh,
man. You can't just pick Guan Yu and not know how to use the horse, man.
I feel like that's how the dude felt at the end of Futurama when he had bonitis. Because my whole body just started like crimping up. My only regret is that he didn't turn the horse to the right instead of the left. Bonitis. Jeez. All right. So Variety drops first blood real hard.
Something in his throat, I guess.
And what's crazy is that this is the part of the game that he should be winning, right? Zashu in the end game is going to be stronger. You all right?
Choking.
Oh, okay. I see. So we have a cudgel coming out. I would like to see this be Frostbound Hammer because I love Frostbound Hammer and I wish it on all things. But it's probably going to be Runeforge, especially with Thor lurking in the jungle. Reducing his damage is going to be a big deal. And the health difference isn't all that big. Runeforge, 300 or 350?
Between the Runeforge and the Frostbound?
Right.
50 HP.
Yeah, I think 350 and 400. Yeah.
I believe so, yes, Brandon.
Which is a really big deal for defense. I mean, if he was fighting someone who relied a lot on basic attacks,
Okay.
Does he see this?
Yes. Got him. Stun, please.
Got him.
Okay, got him. Whew.
Variety, luckily has FrostiaK. Ren's super low here. I don't see this lasting too much longer. Good jukes. There's a limit, though. There's a limit. He juked all the autos, and now Shaggy's dead. Wait. Oh, no, you walked the tornadoes.
Yeah, tornadoes kills him. But
Brutalize.
Dignitas. Sloppy in this game.
Unstable Vortex coming up. No, almost dodged it.
He zigged when he should have zagged.
Very difficult move to dodge. EmilZy, great Geb shield. The actual application of the shield cleansed the slow, allowing him to even walk out of the tornadoes. Very smart. A 2-for-1 over in this lane, 2-for-2 overall. Slight advantage here to Dig.
Dignitas. Oof. They missed the Wrath of Terra into Kukulkan ultimate combination.
That's true, but he killed himself directly afterwards.
No, they secured it. But
beautiful combo.
Yeah, perfect execution there by FrostiaK. Cooldown's not going to be back up for him to pursue this much further, though. He will, however, secure himself the left side camps happily.
On top of the fact that Aero is rotating back over as well to get early farm in the mid lane before Kukulkan can rotate back. So he's actually going to lose a little bit there. It'll be picked up by EmilZy, but at this stage of the game, you really want that in Janus as much as possible.
Whew. Yeah, back to the soul lane matchup, and now Guan Yu's really turned the corner. No mystical mails out just yet, and he'll force out the Eagles rally.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he got the Eagles rally.
I think I would have rather just see Zashu jumped into the tower immediately and not take 3
extra hits.
Well,
that's what's funny, right? In the last engagement where he botched the Guan Yu ultimate, like Zashu did the Zashu, where he just like inexplicably leaps forward and uses his only escape in the middle of the lane.
Right.
And then it wasn't converted on. There, no, they have it down. They still have the Thor available, and they can pressure the map with it. A nice recovery here by Variety, all things honest. I mean, a misplay leads to them not getting a kill. Now the fight's breaking out. In fact,
what is this?
FrostiaK, he's dead right away. They know there's no Guan Yu ultimate here, so they can aggress really deep and not get countered.
A lot of that came down to the fact that Geb got a perfect Cataclysm. The Cataclysm actually stopped FrostiaK from being able to teleport because he was stunned. So beautiful play there coming out from EmilZy. It allowed Soggy to do the damage necessary, and with that, London takes the lead in kills, but they're still behind the same 600 gold they were a few minutes ago.
Is Rama going first item Shins?
No, it's most likely going to be Executioner.
First item, but still.
He just wants attack speed online. Perhaps he's just not looking for stacking items.
Soul Eater has attack speed.
It has a very small amount of attack speed and very little damage, as opposed to a ton of damage from Executioner. 30 plus a massive amount of pen.
Golden Hand. Yeah, 744. It's Executioner Rush.
Yeah,
well, I guess we don't know yet, but there's no reason to go Chins.
No, there's absolutely no reason to go Chins. I mean, looking at the comp across the way, it helps against Guan, helps against Sylvanus, but so does the penetration, especially when you have a Fenrir.
So no lifesteal versus the Freya.
Yeah, with Freya getting inherent 15% from Brissingman's
Blessing. Yes, the Babadaba.
Yes. Yes. Fictional characters. Fictional characters. That's how Ben Affleck did that in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah?
I watched that like a month ago.
Okay.
All right. I did the hand
I thought
signals.
for sure it was going to be a Dogma reference, if anything.
If you guys understood that reference, tweet us.
Tweet me at JuiceDM. Okay, there we go. Variety secure kill with FrostiaK on Zashu in the solo lane. That time they get it done. I mean, it should be free kills, really. This is a really tough matchup for Bellona.
At this stage...
Bait out Eagles Rally. Thor ult comes in. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
I mean, any character at this stage that can use Bluestone should be using Bluestone. But London does the old adage, right? If you go to solo, we're going to go to duo. But Spirit of the Nine wins.
Okay, it hits 2 that time.
Takes it.
Nicely done. The Freya Banish sets it up. Even though Wrath of Terra was used during Banish, is still able to hit 2 and erase 1. So 2 kills set up here. Shaggyshenk isolated, but they don't get the stun on him, unfortunately. And Ren's having a hard time moving forward. ASoggySandal, he uses his ultimate, but it's immediately countered
Not enough.
by Rens. Shaggyshenk up into the sky. He's going to try to take the pot shots to Rens, but he's healed up now by the Guan Yu, who's rotated in. So nothing cooking out of that Ram ultimate, and it will be the clean disengage from Dignitas, even with the extension that they made.
It looks like Variety is actually leveling Conviction. Can we hover on Guan Yu here to see the levels?
Yes.
And yes, it's completely maxed. So hover on the thing on the move for me. Remember, the passive, when it's fully stacked, will double the healing outright. So it's 170 increased to 340. And you saw that. 340 coming to Freya. Big quick. Real quick.
Good old Conviction. Also reduces all your cooldowns by 2 seconds when you hit a friendly god.
That's true. And given the fact that Warrior's Will is already on a 10-second cooldown, if he starts with Warrior's Will to engage and then heal somebody, he puts himself in a really good spot to be able to use the dash directly after the Tallow Assault.
And really, it's that kind of second half of the item or the ability description there that what was originally when Guan Yu was released was so broken about him was that all of his abilities reduced his cooldowns, and all of his cooldowns were shorter, and all of his damage was higher.
It was still only the 2 that reduced it. It's just that...
Well, Tallow Assault didn't, yeah.
Right, but the first 2 moves had a 5 and 6 second cooldown. So you could actually have, with cooldown reduction, a 1.8 second cooldown on your dash, which, with a 2 second slow, made infinite slows happen.
And you had bongos.
Oh, the bongos. I love bongos.
You had the bongos, too.
And, you know, Guan went through a lot of different phases, but we wind up back here, and he was in a good spot for a while. It's not that he got nerfed. It's just like all of Warriors across the board got nerfed, right? And he kind of fell out of favor for a long time, but with the recent resurgence to his kit, thanks to buffs and the fact that Bluestone is in the meta now as a faux mana conceptor, he is incredibly difficult to deal with.
Shaggyshenk, they know his ultimate's down. They're trying to make a play with Thor, but Thor can't close the distance fast enough.
Nice play by Shaggy.
Little bit too late there was FrostiaK in firing off the ultimate. ShadowNightmare, they're going to look for... No, they're not going to get anything. Stone Shield and Janus.
I like the way that ShadowNightmare rotated it. You can see him setting up for the body block. Ren's forced the ult here. In response, this should be a free kill.
Should be. Cataclysm misses. The shots miss as well, but Shaggyshenk does land and get the final shot during the knockup. Shaggyshenk will die to tornadoes here, it looks like, as well. Squall hit, and ShadowNightmare credited with that kill. And ShadowNightmare's Kukulkan. In a matchup where seemingly there's very little pressure on the
Don't jump into that. He still has Spirit of the Nine wins. Oh, baited. And Zashu takes a lot of damage. Soggy actually getting kind of hurt as well.
Oh, here we go. Variety. He's on the horse. His horse is amazing, but not amazing enough. Zashu survives that one nicely. Variety didn't really find one target to put that damage out onto. FrezzOO misses the pluck, and now EmilZy's going to take up the tower. They're going to try to make the play here, but they don't have their hunter to deal this damage, and EmilZy just takes him 3 shots.
Rens fell pretty quickly. FrostiaK not too far behind, but ShadowNightmare's setup and single kill onto Shaggy was enough to shake them for a bit. London didn't fully commit while the cooldowns were down, and with that, ShadowNightmare gave himself enough time to get his cooldowns back up, rotate back into the fight, and just maybe not do a lot of damage, but throw enough space control to make sure that London couldn't rush forward in the way that they wanted.
Yeah, even with the nerf that came out of the Warriors and Guan Yu falling out of favor, really the thing that put him back into popularity, I would say. Even the last change was really what tipped it over, but the thing that really set it up to be successful was when ASsault once again got the ability to strip protections.
Yes.
As you recall, it was before that it would just remove protections, and then it was Conviction that you'd had to use to get the protections again. Right. And then it was reverted back to where ASsault both removed and added them to yourself, and that really changed up how you could play with a Conviction. And then now, as healing has gotten changed around a little bit and healers a little bit more valuable, that Conviction buff from months ago ends up making Guan quite potent.
EmilZy trying to steal away the camps there. The Shockwave does a decent amount of damage, but not enough to actually finish the camp off. The final tick of the Tornado does that, and the two camps are actually both credited to Team Dignitas.
A small victory there, but it compounds a growing problem for London Conspiracy as we take a look at the graphs here. It is 3,500 gold and 5,200 experience sliding.
Even with 5 kills apiece, it comes down to the fact that they've been better about tower pressure. You see a tier 1 missing in both the mid and the solo lane for adding up to 1,000 gold. They got the Gold Fury as well, which was about 1,500 at the time, maybe a little bit less. It's in a really good spot for Dig right now because this kind of lead doesn't end the game, but it says to London like, hey, you're even in kills and you're down 4K. How are you going to come back? And when you have characters like Rama who aren't coming online, and you have characters like Janus who aren't able to use their ult effectively as a defensive or offensive measure, it starts to mess with your head, especially when you're a game down.
Yeah, not very much impact out of the Janus so far this game, I agree.
Which is very surprising considering it's aero.
Quick pause coming out for Zashu here as we wait to see how this one resolves itself. Guan Variety, he's recovered nicely from a little bit of misplay in the lane.
It's not like he ever fell behind too far aside from the first 2 or 3 levels. He should have had first blood and eventually technically still did.
He could have snowballed this game potentially. But one thing I do want to talk about here is you mentioned at the very beginning of the broadcast that Zashu and SoggySandal, the new members on the team, replacing Snakeskin, and SunTouch.
Right.
And how they were performing quite well. I think Snakeskin is probably the better player than Zashu.
I think it's pretty close. I think Snakeskin had a little bit more time in the spotlight, which allowed him to get used to playing at this level. Zashu not having the best set so far, definitely admit that. But, I mean, no credit away from Soggy this game, 2-0-2.
Soggy's doing quite better. Yeah, game number 1 a little bit rough for him, but game number 2 quite good.
I guess it's hard to play Fenrir when attached to Aphrodite, but it's easier when you're not
you have Janus,
attached to Aphrodite.
I don't know. I mean, I just think, Snakeskin, here's the big difference to me, right? There was always a god that you could put Snakeskin on where it wasn't going to lose his lane guaranteed.
That's right. It was just like, hey, I have tier, and I will at least go even.
I haven't seen it as Zashu yet, and that's why I'm saying that Snakeskin appears to be a better player.
Maybe the god is Sun Wukong, and he's just not allowed to play.
And maybe he's just not allowed to play. Yeah, you're right, maybe. But I mean, at least the Hades I've seen him on, the Bellona, nothing's really added up to, wow, this guy has a go-to character that he can't lose with or consistently wins his lane. It's been lots of L's for me watching London Conspiracy's Zashu go to the field. But that being said, they have won as many games as they lost. Maybe I just got bad luck.
That's true.
He's got bad luck when I commentate.
Or maybe it's just he decides he's going to win one and lose one in every set.
Okay.
So it's a possibility.
Okay.
Mid-set, Gold Fury going to be started up here. EmilZy going in for the control. It's hard to fight into this one. And London takes it.
Even
a little bit late on the Spirit of the Nine wins there.
Yeah. EmilZy is going to try to make it out of this one alive. FrostiaK will trade his life. ShadowNightmare is quite low as well. Can't find the kill just yet as Zashu. He will indeed, but will go down now to Variety. A bloody fight, 2 for 2 still so far. A mid laner and a jungler traded for a jungler and a solo laner. Shaggyshenk likely to fall here as well once he has another roll. Doesn't. Variety dashing through for the double kill. It's a 3 for 2 now with a Gold Fury to the side of London Conspiracy, but they give up the extra kill. Still a good trade.
That kill should not have been. I mean, he just rolled into 3 people with absolutely no support on the board.
No vision.
There was no reason for that to happen whatsoever.
No support, no vision, no reason.
Shaggy looks like he was just trying to be flashy. He was trying to make plays. Feeling himself a little too hard there, and it didn't work.
Back to base.
Well, that's true. I mean, he was going to have to go back and spend the gold anyway, right?
Okay. It's one-way ticket. Back to the old base there.
No, it's all right.
But Zashu, back to Zashu, because we haven't talked enough about him. As you recall, back in the day, during the Challenger Cup times, Zashu played a lot of those assassins during the meta where assassins were very, very popular, but a boxer isn't the types. Bastet's even in the solo lane, and as those gods have fallen out of meta, maybe that's maybe he was a bit stronger in a different phase of the game, and now is still kind of playing a little catch up in the warrior meta.
Even Cyclone's having that problem as well. Cyclone,
I'd agree, yeah.
hates hates warriors. You very rarely see him playing the class at all. Sometimes you see a Sun Wukong or two. We saw him play Guan Yu a few times. He likes Bellona, but you don't see him on things like Hercules, right?
Gods with kill potential, yeah.
But we saw him at the last LAN play Bakasura. Even though Bakasura was considered very weak, he had almost no effect on the game, and it was a loss. Maybe not directly because of Cyclone Spin's play, but it didn't carry the game that we've known him to. Perhaps, like you said, Zashu has a very similar style, and he's still trying to find himself in this meta. But, I mean, I don't think Assassins are terrible in this meta in the solo lane.
Risky.
I mean, if you build Bluestone Guan Yu and go against Bluestone Bastet, you're both taking a lot of damage.
And one you can heal, though.
For 100. One of you also has 100% scaling and 3 abilities to do damage. Yeah.
Did Variety snake that one away? I think he did. Yeah, Variety steals the blue buff nicely there. Janus ultimate used. It's underneath, though, and the retreat is already on, so not going to be too useful at following this one up. Dignitas is here as well. Zashu continues to move forward.
Did you see how many times Zashu just hit Variety and Variety's at full health?
Conviction.
Conviction, yes. That's
I saw that portal.
Craziness. Left side, Shaggyshenk. I think there was a ward steal, sentry ward placed down by iRens. Is that a sentry right there in the jungle, Sliden?
Also known as a D ward.
Yes, it is. So that's going to be 50 gold added on top of the fact that he stripped away a sentry ward of their own. That's a pretty decent win there again for Team Dignitas, just finding these little victories over and over. And this is a 2K advantage now, thanks to the fact that London did get that Gold Fury, but they've got to do something with it. I want to see a major dropship onto, like, the duo lane, right? Pick up Rens and just go for the tower. They have to make a play here, or they're going to stale the game out for too long.
I still think that, you know, one of the earlier points that you made here is maybe the most applicable and interesting here about London Conspiracy is, why did you not just kill Kukulkan over and over and over and over again?
Perhaps they're afraid of the 9 wins. There it is. Nope, maybe they shouldn't be, though, as it misses everybody. Soggy in a bad spot here, right to the back line. FrostiaK's going to pick up one and then teleport right back to his team. Beautiful play.
Nice little play there. The Banish as well, going to set up another kill. Charging forward on the horse. Red hair, will it be enough? Does Variety have the dash again? Geb, knockup, doesn't matter.
Beautiful.
Tallow Assault. Brilliant play there out of Variety. Really, really smart stuff.
Remember, Tallow Assault is knockup immune. He knew that Guan Yu was going to go for it, but at that point, the Geb shield was enough to save it.
I forgive you, Variety, for your earlier transgressions in the solo lane, for that play there.
But at the same time, even though he doesn't get the kill, he forces Geb back.
Secures the tier 2.
Soggy had to run all the way back to the base. They get a tier 2, and there comes the full shell out of Variety as well. This could be a Phoenix. This is a Phoenix.
This is a Phoenix, yeah, for sure. You know, it's been a while since we've seen a Hunter actually attack a Phoenix, and we're not going to see it here, but it does go down rather quickly to the Guan Yu combination.
Wrong character.
Yeah. Not the Ram.
Good save, though.
Ram, in fact, is level 17, pretty underfarmed, just has his life still online. About 700 gold behind the Freya, who has Demonic Grip.
It's not so bad, considering.
Worse, yeah.
But, I mean, like, Dignitas just picked up, you know, 2 major objectives. The Gold Furies come back up. I actually don't expect the Phoenix just yet. I'm expecting the Gold Fury rush here out of red.
Good old Sylvanus.
Clearing those camps.
Always fun watching the little man throw the balls.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I played him, I did not understand what was happening. I wasn't looking at Sylvanus, I was looking at Grover.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is he, like, how is this happening? Are these apples? Like
throwing apples out of his head?
And then I saw the little man jumping. It's a very confusing god.
He is, yeah.
So cool, though.
Also, if you have a moment to go enjoy some ancient literature, the actual Sylvanus lore is pretty interesting.
Really?
It's a little different than what's in the game.
For me,
there's a little bit of man-boy love going on in that lore.
I don't know.
Actually, yeah.
Can you not?
I'm just saying. There's some different spicy action going on.
Can you not, Bart, please?
In the Sylvanus lore, if you want to go read it on Wikipedia, educate yourself a little bit.
Spirit Gun does damage there. Not enough to clean up the Gold Fury. Spirit of the 9 Winds going to be used for the cleanup here. Most likely, it's getting lower.
Red hair, he's in. He's on the horse and doing quite a bit of damage on Guan Yu. Kukulkan comes through. It looks like it hit just one. Wrath of Terror is there. EmilZy, he's going to roll in.
London stole it.
Yeah,
They've
London takes that.
2 for 1, though. Oh, okay. He's got Blink. I'm like, wow, he just took that portal.
Yeah, the issue here is if Team Dignitas can capitalize and take structures off of that dead player.
That should be a Fire Giant, actually. There's 2 dead. Only Shaggy's alive. EmilZy's at half. Just rush down FG. You got Rens. The only issue right now is the fact that they don't have the Spirit of the 9 Winds. They don't have any ultimates up.
That's sure, yeah.
Shaggy could try to snipe this. I don't know that he will, though. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, that was fine. That was fine. By the way, remember,
okay, they'll pick the Guardian instead.
Guan Yu
okay.
immune to knockups during his dash as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's immune, right?
Yeah, he's knockup immune during his dash.
Immune to everything during the dash, I believe. It's a tween.
Really?
I think so. Can you take damage during it? I mean, I think dot damage, but
I mean, you could. I think you could be driving strike.
Maybe, yeah. Well, driving strike's got some weird rules anyway.
Are they going to go back for the fire giant, you think? They took the speed buff, which I love. The speed buff, very important. Shell coming up in about 15.
All they have is the Rom ultimate here to contest now. Not that that's particularly bad.
Ooh, FrostiaK, not in a good
whiff.
spot now. It's getting lower. All right, Shaggy took to the sky a little bit too early. But, Spirit Gun. There it is.
Team Dignitas secures with the Kukulkan ultimate. Came up just in time there. Aero. He's going to get controlled here. I don't think he makes it to the portal. No, he goes down indeed. Rens goes up in the air as Zashu tries to make it to the back line, but he's going to have the peel now as the supports make their way back. Variety on his way as well. They get banished to Fenrir. Should set up a free kill.
Bressingman's Blessing doing work there.
Yep. FrostiaK, he maintains the front line here. Just juking around London Conspiracy. Uses... Oh,
is he going for the kill? Oh, is he going to get out?
He is.
Oh, my God. That was...
You were calling for Season 1 FrostiaK.
That was Season 1 FrostiaK. Yeah. That's what we need to see from Dig. Damn, that was a good play.
That was a good play.
That was greedy. Both of them were like, all right, he's looking at Mjolnirs. He's trying to get out of here, and he's just like, berserkers. And then...
The Weakening Curse, too, set that up. I mean, they just couldn't really keep up with him there.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was London Conspiracy's Weakening Curse.
I guess just trying to slow him down.
So, wait, what? Okay, now...
Are they going to end?
Yeah. Okay. So they play this very ponderous game.
Arrows up in 3.
Not taking too many chances, and now they're going to go for the all-in here into the Order Titan with a lot of structure still available. FrezzOO already down. The Phoenix falling again.
Not nearly enough damage there.
They get it down to about half HP. It looks like they want to go back in, trying to force it now as Dignitas, and they're going to be pushed away.
Nice brutalized, used as an escape there. Presence of mind from SoggySandal very high to avoid that Mjolnir's attunement, but it's FrostiaK again that we're talking about as he sends him away. Left side of the map, they're just looking to take the buffs down. They'll head back. Golden hand, please, Zayden. You'll see everyone on the red side doing real well.
2K for the Thor. He's already got his Titan's Bane Jotuns. Brawler's Beat Stick on the way. Sell off the Bumbas, pick up a Mail of Renewal, or Imagized Blessing. Continue being the initiator of the dreams. Initiator to the stars. I
think I would like to see him finish up the Brawler's Beat Stick, sell the Bumbas Mask, and get a full second active and a red pot. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, Zashu.
Zashu's going to be forced to ult here.
A lot of protections removed. That Guan Yu.
Oh, maybe not. Nice play by EmilZy.
Stone Shield.
And
factoring in again.
And then knock up. It wasn't just the one move this time.
This time it wasn't just a knockup. This time it was also a Stone Shield.
It was also a Stone Shield. Get +1, right?
2 shells on the side of Dignitas now.
Love it. Absolutely love it. 10 seconds. Oh, yeah.
But they do give you lots of duration.
That's true. That'll be a total, it's 5 seconds, right? So it'll be a total of 10 seconds?
I believe so.
10 seconds of 15% damage reduction. Plus the 45 protections. It's really strong.
Tier 1 down.
Plus, they have that Lotus Crown as well from
That's
Sylvanus.
the Variety farming the blue buff.
Well, the rest of his team
He's got Teleport 3. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Almost 2,300 gold right now for Freya, who just finally backs the Pythagorean's piece. Going to be taken here. Already has the spear online as well. I mean, she's sitting on a lot of damage.
So what do you think? This is going to be Brawler's Beat Stick. What do you think? Last item, Transcendence for Thor or defense?
Again, I think he should just sell the Bumbas Mask and then buy a full active and then a red pot. Golden hand one more time for me. Yeah, he's got 1,000, so he could have done it.
A couple hundred more gold, yeah. 900 plus 450.
He should be buying pretty much anything. Weakening Curse probably isn't the most necessary. Still does help. I'm probably looking for a Heavenly Agility here. What's up?
Shield of the Underworld.
Shield of the Underworld definitely couldn't hurt with the Spirit Robe and 2 shells and the Lotus Crown.
Yeah.
Remember, Shield of the Underworld sends back damage before mitigation calculation, meaning...
Also stops lifesteal.
Right, which is really big for him continuing to box Shaggyshenk.
Yep. SoggySandal, not Shaggyshenk, but a lot of S's in the name nonetheless, and dead.
Caught. Nice wall from FrostiaK. Again, we're saying FrostiaK's name a lot this set. This is what I've been waiting for. Perhaps this we're going to bring 6 people to land thing was enough to wake Dig up.
Maybe. Maybe it was enough. A chance to come to Atlanta. One more time in their young lives. Shaggyshenk's been to a couple lands. Variety's been there as well. So is Frosty and Frezzy.
but have they been to the United States?
No, I think those are all European lands.
Yeah. Very few teams have made it out of Europe. Paradigm Squad, of course.
Paradigm.
The core of that, at least.
Yeah.
Titan.
Titan.
SK, or now, of course,
Fnatic.
Fnatic, yes. I think that might... Oh, no. Then we had a whole bunch of players during the launch tournament as well.
Right, yeah.
Old Cloud9 squad with Sayo and such.
Old Cloud9.
Yep.
You had the old Team Q squad.
Yep.
Came around. Proxy.
All right. Unexpectedly, or rather expectedly, the Gold Fury goes the way to Team Dignitas. They'll back again. Thor sitting at 2,200 now and still has that Bumbus to sell. That puts him in any item in the game that he really wants to build aside from like Deathbringer, which I don't see happening.
Shifters.
It'll be a Shifter Shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Decent damage here. He already has a lot of pen, right? And normally I don't love this item, but given the fact that the small amount of defense that he'll gain from this is
Small.
very small.
Not that small.
It's pretty small.
Shifter shield?
Go ahead and hover it. Yeah, small.
Yeah, but it's 35 protect all.
Right, which is not bad, right? He gets 35, which is not amazing, but when you couple that with the Spirit Robe, and then the Spirit Robe activation, and the Shell, and then the Lotus Crown, it all adds up to make him very, very tanky.
Whoa!
Aegis didn't help. Aegis didn't help. Spirit of the Nine Winds not going to do anything either, and the Fire Giant was reset.
Shell, Conviction, keeps the Kukulkan alive, but at what cost?
Yeah, he already used a large part of what makes Kukulkan strong.
Ren's trying to stand and fight. Weakening Curse is out, though, not life-stealing much off of this. FrezzOO gets credited for the kill on the aero.
And Soggy's going to pick it up.
That late game Fenrir, a lot of damage coming out.
Is this Throw Boys? Oh, Conviction!
No, I think Zashu. I think with Guan Yu still alive, they're going to be okay because of the Conviction and the ability to strip away protections.
That
from
Lotus Crown
targets.
from the Wisps as well. There was a lot of
double
healing.
tap hits 2 there, plus the 2-man root, plus the 2-man Berserker's Barrage, plus the double kill.
Did you see?
Plus the win.
The body block, too. He's using the Berserkers while rotating in front of the Geb, so when the CC immunity runs up, he guarantees stops the
FrostiaK was
rollout.
listening to you.
FrostiaK is ready to play today, man.
SoggySandal gets banished. Tries to make the play on the Rens here as well. Looks like Brutalize will be enough. Yeah, okay, but not enough to save the game.
Yeah, Soggy alone wasn't enough. Oh, deicide in favor of Team Dignitas, and with 3 people alive, it looks like more than enough as Variety starts getting very, very happy.
Okay, buddy, you've only won 2 games this
watch
season.
Watch them throw, right?
Like, yeah. Like, this is your 4th win. I don't think you need to be walking into the pool and taunting.
Yeah, for real. Jeez.
Let's not forget that you, you know, completely missed First Blood that game. I don't know if you should be taunting the team. But congratulations to Dignitas. They pick up a 2-0 victory over London Conspiracy, pushing them up the ladder now.
That was unexpected to me,
yes.
that win.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, London has been winning games against the top of the pack, and to drop 2 against the bottom of the pack is...
Well, one of the words for London Conspiracy is that they like to play. They play up or down to their opponent.
Right.
Maybe in this case they were playing down to Dignitas, and Dignitas was feeling themselves this time around.
Yeah, and
they wanted it. They seemed hungry for sure.
Take a look here. SoggySandal had a really good game, ended up 5-5 in a game in which his team was extremely negative. But like this kind of spelt the game to me, right? Shaggy missed so many attacks because he's holding the button down and not aiming his shots. And, you know, poor Soggy has to use his ultimate, which would have probably won that engagement to finish the kill up.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, the rotation could have blown someone up.
And despite the fact that that was a good kill for them, it's obviously not enough for them to turn it around. Dignitas take it, and obviously FrostiaK will be your player of the game.
Yeah, no doubt there. 9-3-7 as a Thor jungle. And, I mean, you're going to see the highlight reel here, and it's all well and good, but...
Is this the play? Is this the hype play?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Oh, I can't wait to watch this again. So you'll see him go down just to cover the option. Team Dignitas gets the Fire Giant immediately by using the Spirit of the Nine Wind. That's why you pick it up. So the fight continues on. FrostiaK's low in mana here, and he's putting himself in a weird spot. Now remember, the Fire Giant's giving him a lot of mana regen, so he sees Shaggy at low. Shaggy not paying attention, takes a lot of hits there. Geb Shield keeps him up. FrostiaK just trying to run here. He's not attacking the Geb Shield. He waits until it goes off, and then again, Berserker Barrage.
In hand, Berserker's Barrage.
And then dip out of there.
Let's see if they have the last part of the game in the highlight reel as well here for FrostiaK. No, we'll just see that one play. That was a long play. It took a while to happen.
That's true.
But that last play where the 2-man wall and the 2-man Mjolnir Tomb and the 2-man Berserker's Barrage and the Ren splash damage getting the kill. My goodness.
With that, Team Dignitas takes the set, and on the line we have iRens, the Hunter player, of course. Rens, how you doing?
I'm doing really freaking fantastic. Really hyped after today.
As you should be. I mean, that's the Dignitas that we expected when the split started.
Yeah, I think so. So Rens, Freya in 2 games that time around. Shaggyshenk didn't seem to get too much pressure into the lane. You had a pretty safe laning phase, it seemed like there. I mean, was that, you think, specifically Dignitas and the way you guys played that? Was it FrezzOO showing up? You guys just had so much dominance of the lane. What was the solution there?
Me and Frezzy used to be always really aggressive in lane, and we just said to ourselves, we need to be a little less aggressive, die a little less, and make it easier for the team, because everyone else was playing like great all the time, and we were slacking sometimes. So me and Frezzy were like, we have to step it up, and we showed up today.
Talk to us about the Kukulkan pick. I kind of estimate that it's generally because you want to confirm objectives. Lead us through why you guys chose this character.
Well, the objective secure definitely helps, and Shadow got bored of all the mainstream mid laners, so we wanted to try something new, and he also lost one-shot God, so he's happy right now.
Yeah, like the Poseidon, like even the Roz that we've seen ShadowNightmare play earlier on in his career. But big wins for Dignitas, doubling your win percentages for the year, moving up to 4 wins on the losses, and now really in contention for those spots. Obviously, we're now going to have 6 teams coming to LAN. Was that, did that rejuvenate you going into this game? Is that why we saw, what looked to be a different Dignitas? Was it now the realistic shots at LAN?
Yeah, it definitely helped. We after hearing that yesterday, the announcement, we all got really hyped, and we just knew we still had it in us, and we know we have to step up, and also in the second half of the split, and we definitely will.
Cool. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your wins. The team played incredibly. Before you guys go, though, do you have anything you want to shout out?
Shout out to Team Dignitas and our sponsors, of course. Shout out to Variety. I feel like he deserves way more love than he's getting. He just played out of his mind these 2 games.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
the Guan Yu pick was insane.
Yeah, his Guan Yu looked fantastic this time around. You can find iRens at _iRens on Twitter. And that does it for Europe for today. And
Stars?
Yeah, it still is Twitter.
Come on.
It is. Let's take a look at the EU standings now as we are complete for week number 5. Dignitas improves to 4-10, tied now with Myrmidons in the 6th place position. London Conspiracy drops to 6 and 8. Titan drops to 8 and 6, and Epsilon moves on to 14-0.
They are getting very close, Bart. They're halfway there to the undefeated. No one has ever remained completely undefeated in a season since before the launch tournament, COG Prime did it.
Well, we'll see. That moves us over to North America, guys, and it wraps me for the day. Enjoy North America, and the game probably of the week from NA. It's going to be, or like the remaining game of the week from
AFK and Denial is up next.
AFK Denial followed by Eager going up against Enemy, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just about 5 minutes with North America.